Hey guys, it's Brad from Blue Nile Farm. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about sprayer pumps, roller pumps specifically for your sprayer, how to take care of them after use so they don't freeze up on you, and you're going to get long life out of them, regardless whether it's a cast pump, a silver pump, whether it's nickel or it's stainless. They all have to be taken care of the same. So stay tuned. So a lot of times when you're new to getting a sprayer, you wind up getting a cast pump. And a lot of guys, they leave them on their sprayers, and the only time they clean them is when they flush them. But they sit outside a lot of times, they're in the barn, and a lot of corrosion takes place. I'm going to kind of show you a way to get these pumps away, taken away from the sprayer themselves, so you can actually work on them, oil them, and basically put them away. If you're like me, living in northeastern Ohio, we have freezing weather. The last thing I want to do is leave my pump outside, so I like to bring it inside so it never freezes, and because that'll do some damage to the internal workings of your pump. So, but the key to running these pumps is to oil them after use. And really that's the thing that I want to show you today, is how to oil them, how to maintain them and take care of them, because they'll last you a long time, even if it's a cast pump. You know, the problem with a lot of guys is you just leave them out, and you know, within a year or two, you're going to be replacing these pumps, and they're over $200 a piece. And you can work your way up to buy a better quality pump at $500, $600, depending on the size pump that you get. But regardless of whatever you purchase, you still have to maintain them, because they all have roller bearings inside that wind up getting rusty and freeze. So you have to take care of them, and you have to oil them. And I'm going to show you how to do that. If you've been watching my videos, I've been redeveloping and building this little sprayer. It's a 55-gallon sprayer. And I got away from the cast pump, and I wound up buying a stainless steel pump. And the difference between this pump and other pumps is that the stainless steel ones are really made for glyphosate and other corrosive chemicals, herbicides specifically, that won't eat at your pump. So this is why I went with this. But the problem is, a lot of times you have lines that are specifically connected to the pump, and you really can't take them on and off because they're really stuck on there pretty hard the way they're designed to you know, not leak. So to alleviate that issue, I want to put in some couplers on here so I can separate my pump from my sprayer. And if I can do that, then I can do maintenance on this, and I can oil it, and I can keep it inside during the winter time, and I don't have to worry about fighting getting this off my sprayer. And today I am going to work on my sprayer, but I do want to remove my pump because it's been sitting for a couple days with water in it, and I really don't want that to happen. And since I'm not going to spray right now, I want to at least clean it and oil it. So that's what we're going to do. So I have a 3/4 line, and right now you can see that this is my quick attach coupler. And all you have to do is depress the red button, and I'm trying to do this one-handed, and pull up and do it on both sides. And what's going to happen is this thing, so I can do this, now it will come free. And there it goes. It's unhooked. And you can see the water draining out of it. This is coming in from my pressure regulator, and this is my out. My in that actually goes in from the tank is on the other side. So we're going to take this one off. Then all I have to do is basically pull this from the PTO, and then my pump is free. So that's the first thing we're going to do. But these couplers that I put on here, you can get aluminum. You can put, this is just PVC. You know, this is a 3/4 inch coupler. They work really easy, and they're easy to put on. It's probably cost me 20 bucks. But just to do this makes life a lot easier for you to control and separate your pump from your sprayer. And that really is a big deal. So I suggest you do something like this. It's very easy to do, and well worth it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take off the second one. Now I have my hands free. Just depress this little button, pull this one up, depress the button, pull this one up. And again, it separates. And there's still water obviously inside here. So you get off the clamp, it all comes off easy. So that's done. You can see it's still draining out. Then all we have to do is pull our PTO quick attach off, and again take the chain off that's holding our bar so this doesn't spin. So this is done. All right, so now we're in the shop. Pump is off. There is a little square bolt that basically is in the middle of this pump. we're going to take this off. And what that's going to do is actually get rid of some of the water that's actually inside the pump. And so we're going to take this off with a crescent wrench and then let this drain. And this will help too in getting water out of our system. All right, so we're here with the roller pump. Here's a crescent wrench. Like I say, you just try to get down on that and break it free and loosen it up. And don't put this on really tight. You just want it enough that it's snug. And so once this is out, we can kind of drain the water that's actually in there. It's just another plug to kind of get it out. Let it sit for a while and then put it back in. And so you'll be free of water. Now you can actually do this too when it's hooked up to the machine, but I just do it now because it's easier. And then just put it back on and you'll be good to go. So the next step would be to put oil inside here to lubricate our pump. So I'm going to tighten this up and then we'll go to the next step. So the next thing you need to do is lubricate those rollers with some kind of oil. Now you can use pneumatic oil because it's a lighter oil. You don't want motor oil or hydraulic oil. You want something that's a light oil. Or better yet, do some kind of vegetable oil because they're food grade. You know, you can do canola oil. You can do, this is vegetable oil. You can do olive oil. It doesn't really matter the type of oil as long as it's a cooking oil. And all you want to do is lubricate your rollers inside there. That's really what it's coming down to. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to pour it in the in of our pump. And normally your pump should say in or out a lot of times, especially on a Delavan. They will tell you exactly if it's an in or out. Normally the in is where you actually draw from the tank. So whatever side of your pump that sucks from your tank into your pressure regulator, that's going to be your in. So on a Delavan pump, you got a couple different things. When you're facing the PTO shaft, or here's where the shaft would go through, here you'll see on the one side it says in, one side it says out. And again, because pumps are directional, it'll actually have an arrow in which to turn. And what we're going to do is we're going to put oil into our line right here, about 1 to 4 ounces, depending on what you need to do. And then we're going to spin the whole pump in the direction that the arrow is going, because what we're trying to do is circulate it through the system where it's coming out the out. So the whole pump is done. If you do it the other direction, what's going to happen is it's not going to go through the system. The whole idea of the pump and the rotation of a pump is to kind of circulate the fluid through. So make sure you're going and turning in the direction that the pump is supposed to go. Really easy. So all I'm going to do is hold up this line. This is the in line. And take some vegetable oil. I'm not measuring it out or anything. And I'm just going to pour it right in the hole. It's really simple. And that's it. So once it goes through the line, the next thing I'm going to do is, again, look at my pump. This is the in, and I'm going to turn it the direction of travel. And I can hear the oil going through the pump. Now, that's all you have to do is a bunch of turns, and it went through the system. And this is it. This is all you need to do to lubricate your pump. And I'm sure it's coming out right now the other side. So this pump is full of oil, and you can drain the oil if you want. But bottom line is know that there's oil in here, and now you have it lubricated. Really the key. Now, once you run your oil through, you're done. This is it. This is all you have to do. Now, you should do this even when you first buy your pump. Run oil through it and then run it through the system. This oil is not going to hurt any of your spray. It's not going to affect your lines at all. It's just a light, easy oil that keeps these rollers, free and rust free. Don't let this sit longer than a week on any of your equipment. Get this thing done, drain it. I'm going to use a sprayer here again, but I wanted to lubricate it because I really didn't get on it like I should. And I don't want water to sit here. The wind and the weather has been screwing me around, and I was ready to go out and try that sprayer, and then other things have evolved, and I've had other problems, and I just keep fixing that sprayer. But right now, the pump is the key component, and these are expensive, so take care of it. This is all you need to do. At the end of the year, lubricate it just like we did and put it in the shelf in the house if that's what you wish to do. But by able to separate this from that sprayer, and it doesn't matter what size sprayer, whether you have a 300-gallon tank or you have a 20-gallon tank. If you can take these roller pumps off and be able to maintain them and fix them, this is so much easier with these quick attach. And I would highly endorse this because it'll make your life a lot easier. I'm not the first one that came up with this, but I'm telling you, this makes a huge difference and it will make your life a lot better because you can do this, and your pumps will last way longer because you can do some maintenance. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. It's real simple, real easy to do, and it just takes a few minutes to do a little bit of preventive care, and you're going to be off and running and have no problems with your sprayer unit just by doing something simple like that. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. And again, we're going to do more modification on these sprayers, and I'm going to bring more to you just to help you out down the road so you can run flawlessly and not have problems and waste money on things that you shouldn't have to waste money on just for some basic preventative care.